this is Rob and Ali sharing with you our passion of all things cruise and travel.
These are things to know before you go, and today we're talking about P&O parties.
Oh, there's nothing like a party, and there's nothing like a P&O party. They are so exciting. However, they also seem to get people a little bit flustered, and it's around the themes, the theme parties. What to wear, what's included, when is it appropriate to come out in your kind of fancy dress, whether the children are invited to these do's or not. It just all seems to get very complicated. So we are here today to cut through all that for you, to tell you what you need to pack, whether you need to join in to have any part of the evening, and just really have a good time.
Yeah, look, I think the first thing to point out is, although these are themed parties, getting dressed up in theme is not compulsory. You can still join in the parties. You can do as little or as much as you want, and there will be a big variety from people who don't bother to get dressed up at all and join in the parties, to people who go all out, sort of like full on, almost professional costumes. So whatever you feel is perfectly comfortable, and it will be perfectly fine. You can still enjoy the fun without getting dressed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have been on so many cruises, and we have been on sometimes where we've then gone overboard with our outfits and we've gone very fancy, and even I've gone to Robert, go out and have a little recce and see what everybody else has got on, because I don't want to be the only one over the top. And it's ridiculous, but that's the way everybody thinks, I think, isn't it?
And sometimes we've just been in these old things that we just normally sit around the house in. Okay, so the theme parties on P&O cruises, they've been around a little while. Some people feel that maybe they're ready for a change. They still get lots of people going, and still lots of fun. The parties that they have are the Sailaway party, which obviously takes place at Sailaway. There is the White Night. Everybody calls it a White Night. Its official name is Bianco. There is the Gatsby night, and there is then the Back to School. Those are the four parties. Back to school, yeah. So those are the parties, and what you get on your particular cruise will vary depending on the length of the cruise. Some are standard across all the cruises, though.
And you'll always have your, they call it different things on different cruise ships, as formal or elegant or...
Yeah, I can't remember what they call it on P&O these days, but on the shorter cruise you will not get the formal nights, but on the longer cruise, 7 nights plus, you get one, maybe two formal nights, and that's sort of a dress to impress, get dressed up. It's not really a theme, it's just a formal night type of thing.
So we'll start off with the kind of the party nights, the theme nights that every ship will get, every cruise will get, rather. And then the longer the cruise, the more of these you will get. Yeah. Let's just do it that way. Yeah, let's just do it that way. Okay, Sailaway.
Sailaway, and it is what it says on the tin. It is a Sailaway party. There is no specific theme for dress on this one. People tend to wear what they've got on board, because by the time they've sorted out their cabin, sorted out their luggage, had some lunch, etc., it's getting on to Sailaway. Then we like to wear our fancy shirts that we get on the ship.
Yeah.
So, and more people are wearing those now for Sailaway parties.
Absolutely, they board with their fancy shirts on. The other one that's also is a big hit at the moment is the captain's hat. So you'll get groups of people with a captain's hat on and things, and it's a lot of fun, and it tends to be at about 4 or 5 o'clock, so it's still sunny.
Well, it depends on when you sail away. I mean, it is when you sail away. So if you've got an early sailing or you've got a late sailing, that's when your party will be. They last for about an hour. Sometimes they have some live music. They always have music. So if it's either live music or a DJ, they will have the dancers, some of the crew that join in and do the dancing and encourage you to dance in.
So they kind of lead it, don't they, with set dancing to the music. Yeah. And normally people will just start to join in, and it's very much quite often things like the nutbush and those,
Macarena,
those kind of things.
YMCA, the usual party starters. Yeah.
All depends on the DJ. Some of them are absolutely cracking, and for me, I think you get a lot better music.
Has her own thoughts about the music.
Oh, if I've heard it once, I've heard it 1,000 times. So, and just look out for the queues. Obviously, for the drinks are pretty long because everybody's come out at the same time. So either be a little bit smart, go and get your drink a little bit earlier, or from another bar as you're making your way up to deck, or look out for, they're like the little ice cream kind of like the little ice cream carts that you get, and they're full of beer. Is
yes,
normally
they do have those around.
So they have those around that you can just pay for, so that you don't have the big queues. So that's just one little tip for you if you don't want to spend the whole Sailaway queuing up.
And the photographers will be out. The photographers will be out. So if you want your photographs taken, seek them out and have your photographs taken.
Yes. That's pretty much it, I think, for the Sailaway, isn't it?
That's it.
And then people normally then go and start getting ready for their first evening meal of the cruise.
Now, before we get into the other theme parties, I just want to point out that there are some short cruises, some specific themed cruises, like your 80s, 90s. I think there's a noughties, there's an Elvis, there's a country. There's a few cruises that they do like that. They have their own specific themes. So these theme nights that we are going to talk about now will not necessarily apply. They do on the comedy, though. They do on the comedy three-nighter. It's just the 80s, 90s, those ones I mentioned, really, that have their own specific themes instead of the regular parties.
Yeah.
So on the three-nighters, or the shorter cruises, you will get a white night, which is the official name is the Bianco night, which, as it sounds, is everybody dresses in white. Now, you can do as much or as little as you want. You can put a full-on tuxedo, white pants, or sailor outfit. The theme is white. You can
just
do anything.
white.
Just put a white t-shirt on if you want.
So this is one of the ones that it's easy enough to put on whatever you're going to wear for the whole evening and don't even think about going to go and get changed. That's what most people do. So if you want to go, I have quite a formal, nice kind of formal white dress that I have it, so I like to wear it. That's really the reason why I wear it. Other times it's just kind of white pants and a top, and the guys just sometimes just wear white shorts and a top. But it's, as Robert said, it's pretty much you get into that outfit and you just wear that for the whole of the night, right up until if you want to go to the disco later on.
Well, that's
nightclub.
I was just going to say that.
I'm showing my age, calling it disco.
I was going to come on to that because the party is actually split. It's actually three separate parties. What they do, and this is all weather permitting, but there's an earliest night, 7 o'clock-ish usually, which is the family white night. That's held up on the Lido deck usually. Everybody's welcome to join in this. This is hosted usually by the youth staff, so they do a lot of games, and it's more directed towards families.
The children go to that early one, so they can all be part of that fun. And then there is a later
the main
party.
So the main party, which is also usually held up on the Lido deck, and that's usually around about 9ish. They have some live music, they have DJs.
The parties will always take place regardless of the weather. They will just change the venue.
Yes.
That's another thing to mention.
That is true.
And it's lovely. They do all the photographs, all the backdrops are done to make the most of people wearing white as well.
Actually, the backdrops are out at all of the parties. I forgot to mention this, and they are scattered around the ship. So if you get dressed up, seek out, have your photograph taken in your outfit, whatever theme night it is, and
it's quite nice, isn't it? It's quite
fun
nice
to
have those done and then look at them later on. And then, is this the? Do they do anything else on that, Bianco? Isn't there something else?
Well, there's the after party, which is round about 11ish up in the nightclub.
That's what I was thinking, yes.
Up in the nightclub where the party carries on. That is 18 plus only at that stage. So anybody under 18 can't go to that part of the party.
And you'll be lucky if you've managed to stay white all that time. Good for you.
Yeah. So you will get that on your three-nighter. You'll also get the Gatsby night. Gatsby is a party from the Roaring 20s.
It's so good.
Yeah, here's your opportunity to get dressed up in clothing of yesteryear or styles of yesteryear back in the Roaring 20s and join in.
Now, although Gatsby or the Roaring 20s, although that particular theme has been going on for a while, and although you would think that the outfits wouldn't change much, they actually have. So traditionally, the guys would wear something like this, with sort of the spats and maybe one of the what's the hats you call them, like a fedora?
Yeah, sort of more gangsterish, like
Gangster
your
looking.
gangster, yeah.
Of recent, if anybody has seen Peaky Blinders,
Yes,
so
that's true.
the kind of the flat caps and the braces, a lot of the, well, I was
And the
going to say a lot of the
waistcoats,
younger
yeah.
ones, the waistcoats, that's been coming out more, and that looks fantastic. That looks really, really
does.
good. And then there's a lot of kind of the James Bond sort of look as well that comes out. And for the ladies, so traditionally you had to have your headband and the feather. There are more, I guess it's just because there's more things available online now, where you kind of have the little skull cap and it's all sort of beaded like this with little beads coming down and all glittery and sort of tied up. They look fantastic. And then there's some now where the ladies go as kind of, they're like, what you call them, mobs and gals. So they have
yeah.
like a fur stole, like that, and like stockings on. So people are just really starting to change things up a bit.
Yeah.
It is such a fun night. It
is.
really is. And then there's other people that just kind of go, I don't know, a little black dress or something, and just join in the fun.
Again, yeah,
Just a
absolutely.
party.
It's as you feel. Now, they will be doing some craft classes during the day for you to make things like headbands. So if you haven't taken anything and you want to join in, go along to those classes and maybe make yourself a feather headband or something like that. The Gatsby night is also split into 3 separate parties, like the White Night, but it's a little bit different. The kids have their own party in the youth centre. Now, this is where I think it is the Turtle Cove and the Shark Shack only. They have their own party round about the 7 o'clock. I think they have a craft making class during the day to make something to go with that, and they have their party. I think it's around about 7 o'clock in the youth centre. The main party then.
I'm going to have a sip while you're talking.
The main party then is held usually in the lobby, and it's on all 3 decks. So the main party is in the lobby, but people will be overlooking the atrium area on the other 2 decks above. It is a big night. It's a great fun. Lots of music. The staff join in again. They do the dancing. They'll do a couple of routines, and it is
In the
a lot
lobby.
of fun in the lobby.
It's I think it's three stories in the lobby.
Usually,
And people will stand on each of the 3 floors looking over, and then you get all the bits coming, all the glittery bits that come
They
down.
do that as well,
Like
yes.
as though it's a new year, and then they'll have a band, and it's just lots and lots of fun, as I say, but you don't have to get dressed up if you don't want to, or go big or whatever. It's good. It's just
they
good
do.
fun.
You're absolutely right. They do have live music and a DJ. They sort of like DJ plays while the live music is having a bit of a break. And that is it sort of replaces the formal night on the shorter cruises, but not on the longer cruises.
Yeah.
Third part of this is up in the nightclub again, usually around about 11:30. In the nightclub again, 18 plus only, so the kids can't go to that one, but the kids can go to the one in the lobby, and quite often do. It's good to see some of the kids dressed up in their little suits.
It's just adorable. Yeah, it really is. Just to say about the nightclub as well, and we're saying over 18, and it's not so. A lot of the younger generation, a lot of the younger ones go like that 18 to kind of 20s, but also our age and older. It is so mixed.
We have been known to frequent the nightclub if we've still been awake at that
Yes.
late hour.
Yeah, we can still burn the candle at both ends, can't we? For a 3-dayer anyway, we can. So it's absolutely, it's a mixed crowd. You will not feel out of it if you still want to carry on partying.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are on your shorter cruises. On your 7-night and longer, you will also have a back to school party. This is billed as an 18 plus, so there's no separate family or kids parties on this. It is held round about 9 o'clock, and usually in the main hotel in the Ruby's come to see what the party's about. In the main hotel on whichever ship that you're on, and as the name suggests, it is dress up in school days.
Now, this is one of the ones we have dressed up from when we've left our cabin, and then we've gone for drinks, and then we've gone for dinner. Not many people do that.
Mixed bag, isn't there?
Mixed
Yeah.
bag. So a lot of people will go out as normal in their normal clothes, have dinner, and then they'll go back and then they'll get dressed up. And then go and have their photographs as a kind of a later event to join in.
That's right.
But it is, I mean, I'm not normally one to get dressed. I have to say, I'm not normally a fancy dress kind of person, I think. But it was really, again, it was really good fun. Flat cap, you know, an old
It's a fairly easy one to do, isn't
An
it?
old school tie on.
Shirt open, tie with the thick end short and the long end.
Yeah.
and there you go, and a cap on sideways or off tilt, and
Yeah.
a pair of shorts, and you're basically done. It's a fairly easy one to join.
Yeah, and most of the women are kind of do the same, where they'll just wear like a skirt or something, and their high heels, and then it is just a cap and then the tie, and they have the backdrops for the photography are all kind of graffiti on the back and back to school,
Yeah,
and
the backdrops are all themed, aren't they?
yeah,
depending
and
on
that's a lot of fun. So that again, you know, it's a mixed bag of who wants to join in or not, but you don't be put off of not going to the venues where they're going to have the back to school party if you're not dressed up. That's, I think, the big thing is don't feel that you can't go because you're not dressed up.
We have said it a few times throughout this video, is dress up is not compulsory, and it does not preclude you from joining in the parties and
having a good time.
And it will be a mixture of people. You won't be, if you don't dress up, you won't be on your own. If you do dress up, you won't be on your own.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag. So back to school. So that's the main party that's held inside in the main hotel area usually, and then there is an after party again, 18 plus only, obviously, in the nightclub round about 11:30.
Yes, that's one of the ones that really does carry on. I think people.
I think so. Yeah.
That is especially the people who have gone and got dressed up. They like to keep. They like to keep. I think it's because the girls feel a bit sexy in their short skirts and their high shoes. I think that's what it is.
There is a wide range of interpretation of back to school party. Let's put it that way. Anyway, so those are your parties that you will have on a P&O cruise. I think we've basically covered it all now.
I do. And you know, if you've never been on a cruise before, you are going to love them. Even if you think you're quite shy and you don't want to get dressed up, as we say, and things like that, you're just still going to love the atmosphere. And, you know, just watch everybody. I'm going to say watch everybody else, but it's people watching. I love people watching. You know, sometimes you sit back and you can kind of watch everybody else and you just think, this is really good fun. And then join in if you want to.
So hopefully that's given you a bit of an idea about what to expect and what the parties are, how they're split up, sort of things to wear if you want to get dressed up or not. By all means, if there's anything else you want to know, please ask us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you've been lots and lots of times, then have a great one on your next one. If you have never been before, just pack a few things if you're not sure. You can always change your mind once you get there and you see how easy it is just to slip on a cap or something and go and join in that way. So, there's Ruby, I think, giving us the signal that we need to go
to wrap it up,
yeah.
If you've liked this video, please hit like, please hit subscribe and hit the notification button if you want to see more of our videos.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure people want to see more and know more about the parties, don't you?
Thanks for watching. We'll say bye for now. See you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.